Hi everyone, my name is Craig Bate, and I am one of the violin and viola instructors at Sabon Chamber Music Academy. I'm really looking forward to this year. Hopefully, we're already having a great week and having fun. So, what have I been up to this past year during the pandemic? In a normal year, I would have a lot of concerts that I'd be busy performing, but this year I found myself with a little bit of extra free time. So, I've been coming up with ways to work on my violin technique, like you'll see in this next video. Yeah. Okay, don't worry. That violin was not harmed in the video because it was already broken. Please don't do that with a good violin. In all seriousness, what have I been up to with my extra time? Well, I like to work with my hands, and so I did a lot of house projects. I changed my front landscaping, I remodeled the kitchen, I changed the floors. These are all huge jobs, so it took a long time to do them. Um, and today, I'm really excited to be giving my first performance in 449 days. I did the math. It's been 449 days since my last performance. And that's the biggest gap that I've ever had between performances since I started to play when I was 8 years old. So I hope you enjoy it. This is the Prelude to Bach Suite 6.
Hi everyone, my name is Rose Chen. I'm part of the piano faculty at the Sabon Chamber Music Academy. I was born in Taiwan and I lived there until 2000 when I came to the US for my master's degrees. This will be the 10th year for me to teach at the Sabon Chamber Music Summer Camp. It has always been the highlight of my teaching career. I feel so privileged to have this opportunity to work with all the talented young musicians, not to mention all the wonderful, amazing, dedicated faculty here. To me, music has the ability to connect our souls by transcending boundaries among languages, ethnicities, and nations. However, in the past year and a half, the pandemic formed many more boundaries, separating us like never before. We were no longer able to attend live concerts, rehearsals, in-person summer camps, group lessons, or even private lessons. But luckily, with the technology we have now, we can make the impossible possible. In fact, I have been enjoying teaching through technology more than I could have ever imagined, considering my very limited knowledge of any technology. Since last August, I have hosted around 8 Zoom recitals where all my students performed live from their homes. Afterwards, a lot of my students would comment that although there's still nothing can compare to performing on a 9-foot Steinway in a huge concert hall, it is still very satisfying to share our love of music through internet while still getting the live reactions and encouragements from each other. I truly believe that music is heaven's greatest gift to humankind. Over the course of several years, I have organized several benefit concerts benefiting our local communities. In fact, just 2 months ago, I had a virtual benefit concert where all the audience from all over the world tuned in, exemplifying music's ability to connect us all. Here is some of the performance from the evening. I have enjoyed every second of the concerts. It was a live Zoom recording, so the quality might not be the best, but I believe all the performers' passion and love of music truly can still speak to our hearts. I hope you enjoy some part of the performance.
Hi, my name is Caleb, and I am a cellist, currently in Foothills Park in Palo Alto, but for the past year I've been in Nashville, Tennessee, pursuing a graduate degree in commercial music, and also starting to work a little bit more in the recording and also the live work as things are opening up. And during the pandemic, what really helped me was practicing with a loop pedal. So in this next video, I'm going to show an improvisation of me playing off of a pizzicato riff, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Wei Coglio, and I'm one of the piano faculty members at Chen Chamber Music Academy this year. This camp has been the highlight of my summer for the past years, and it's been such a rewarding experience to work with the students, and not to mention working alongside some of the truly amazing musicians and dedicated teachers that I've ever met. These teachers have worked tirelessly to make this year's camp possible and safe for everyone, and I would just like to thank them for doing this year after year and giving us the opportunity to create wonderful chamber music together. So for the past year and a half, the pandemic has greatly affected everyone's lives. I, for one, never thought that my lessons would be conducted in a Zoom meeting room. At the beginning of the pandemic, when the whole country was in lockdown, and it was really a time of uncertainties and anxieties, and one of the terms that was floating around that time was essential worker. And I knew that the term was used to refer to healthcare workers, etc. But it really made me think, and I started to question, am I essential? What is it that I do? Is it really essential to teach music through a screen? And it just seems so silly to me to be asking my students to practice their scales and arpeggios, and while you're reading in the news that COVID death toll was rising so rapidly. About a month ago, I put together a project, actually with much help and support of another teacher at the camp, Chen. So this project featured a panel of 6 music students, and I would ask them to share their thoughts on practice motivation and dealing with performance anxieties, etc. One of the questions that I asked them towards the end was, in what ways do you think studying music has impacted other areas of your life? And one of the responses particularly spoke to me, and I'm going to share that here. So, quote, "A lot of times I feel like learning anything is like a linear journey, and you just go from point A to point B. But what I have learned from learning piano is that it's not really the road, but it's more like the flowers along the road. Like how people say, take time and smell the roses. I might have all this homework and maybe really stressed, but I just look slightly over here and piano is always there when I need it." End quote. So I just thought that this was such a beautiful response, both wise and innocent, and it made me recollect all the incredibly musical playings that I have seen my students do in the last year and a half over Zoom, and the way they were moving to the music as they played, the way they were connecting with and feeling the music. So is what I do essential? Probably not, but I cannot imagine a world without roses, without beauty. And I think we all need that escape once in a while and from time to time. So if within my very small sphere of influence, I could just reach out to one student and show him or her more flowers from my garden and just how wonderful and special music can be, I think what I do would not have been in vain. So I'm grateful for that student's comment, and I'm grateful for my students playing during this unprecedented time. They really have renewed my sense of purpose. So, and in closing, I would just like to say that music is such a powerful art form, and even in the most difficult and darkest times, it can help lift us up.
Hi, my name is David Chernyavsky. I'm a violinist. My regular job is playing violin with the San Francisco Symphony. When the pandemic began and all concerts were cancelled, I decided that I would try to stay as active as possible and would do as many online projects as I could. One of those projects was recording solo Bach sonatas and partitas with my symphony colleagues. Each of us recorded a movement or two or three from the cycle, and then we assembled it all together and put it online. I also recorded a few movements. Another very fun project for me was recording Vivaldi Concerto for 4 violins with my very, very old friends from school when I lived back in Russia. All of us live in different countries now, so we recorded our parts separately, of course, at our houses, at our homes, and then we put it all together, and it came out very nicely. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.